Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well and you've had a good week. Hopefully we get some nice weather this weekend and into next week. That'd be really nice. The weather's not been great, but I hope that hasn't dampened your spirits any. So I've got a new class for you today. The theme today is going to be coordination. So we're going to be testing our mind and body connection a little bit, doing some moves with arms and legs, some opposites as well, just getting the mind and the brain having to work a little bit more. Okay, so let's get right into it. We're going to start in standing. So feet and knees hip width apart. We're just going to do some stretching out today. Some different stretches for you. So keep your knees a little bit soft. And let's just take your feet a little bit further apart. So just, if you had a mat, just make sure your feet are roughly on the edge of your mat. So just slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Let's soften the knees and we're just going to start with some hip circles. Okay, so let's just start nice and small, just circling the hips around. So keep your knees soft here, and when your hips come forward, squeeze your glutes. And then let's start to slowly make these circles a bit wider, just like you were doing some hula hoop action. Might feel a bit silly here, just go with it. You might get a few clunks in the hips with these circles, I know that I do sometimes, so really try to bump the hips out to the side and then push them forward, squeeze your glutes. Nice. Okay, let's take it small again. Let's take it round in the other direction. Okay, so really thinking about articulating your pelvis. Okay, let's slowly make those circles bigger. Squeeze your glutes when you bring the hips forward. Bumping the hips to the side. Taking them back. Good, let's do one more big circle. Good, let's come back to the middle. Always quite a nice one just to warm up into the hip flexors, into the pelvis, quite a nice stretch there. So we're going to do a different stretch now for the upper body. Let's spread the fingers out, nice and wide. Have your hands by your side. So now let's lift one arm up, reach for the sky and press your other hand down towards the floor. Reach, reach, reach. Good, and then let's switch over. So bring that arm down, other arm up, and then reach. Nice stretch across the body, good. We're just going to keep that going. Okay, so just imagine your fingers are extending outwards, right down to the middle of the earth, right up into the sky. Let's get a nice stretch in the side of the body, into the shoulders. Okay, good, let's do a couple more. Oh, it's really hot this morning. Okay, let's do one more. Lovely, let's bring the arm down. Okay, so now let's take the arms out in front. Let's spread the fingers out wide. Okay, let's cross the arms over, round out your shoulders. Take the arms out wide, squeeze the shoulder blades back. We're going to keep that going. Other arm on top, squeeze in back, round the shoulders out, squeeze the shoulders together. Good, let's keep that going. Pick up the pace a little bit here. Okay, so just taking the other hand on top each time. And then reaching your hands forward. Let's do a couple more. Think about rounding out into your back. Let's do one more here. Good. Have a little shake out there, guys. Well done. Oh, it's really, really hot. So apologies if my hair grows twice the size by the end of the class. Anyway, let's keep the knees soft. Let's get into alignment. So hands on the hips. Isolate your pelvis, tip back and forth until we settle in the middle. Tummy muscles in just slightly, resting your arms down. So let's inhale, let's shove the shoulders all the way up. Helium balloons on, one on each ear. As you exhale, let's melt the shoulders down as we lengthen your spine and lengthen into your neck. Lifting your rib cage up now. Inhale, lift the ribs, keep them lifted. Exhale to melt your shoulders down and lengthen. Good, let's bring the shoulders up one last time and then turning your palms out to face the front, opening outwards from your shoulder joints. And then we'll melt the shoulders down, let your shoulder blades just slide down and melt down your back. Let's elastoplast them now so they're sitting flush against your rib cage, taking your arms by your sides. So into our corkscrew, let's inhale. Exhale to melt your shoulders, and inhale. Exhale, pull your arms all the way down, lengthen through your spine, through your neck. Let's do a couple. Okay, so pull the crown of your head away from your tailbone here. Let all those spaces open up in between the vertebrae. Let's do one more. Active stretch, really lengthening into the back muscles. Feel that stretch down your chest and shoulders as well. Lovely guys, just have a little shake out there. Okay, so I'll let you make your way down onto the floor. Take your time getting down, and I'll just readjust my camera. Okay, so let's keep the legs bent today. So let's bend the knees in if you haven't already. And just take a few deep breaths when you get down there. Let's just start to relax our body down into the ground. Start to tune in, that mind and body connection. So just taking a few deep grounding breaths. Let's all take a nice big inhale together. And as you exhale, let the back of your ribs melt back into the floor. So softening the rib cage down. Okay, so your chin is tucked in, your pillow's not too far down your neck. Lengthening into your neck and upper spine. Arms by your sides, palms facing up towards the ceiling, and then just sliding your arms out a little, enough until your shoulder blades can relax back and flatten into the ground as well. So working down the body, let's get the pelvis into neutral. So just first of all, just have a little shuggle side to side. Make sure the back of your hips are feeling even. Okay, and then let's start to tip the pelvis back and forth into the floor, and then gently arching up, and just make that move smaller and smaller, settling in the middle. Okay, so just holding a natural curve that we have through our lower back, not pressing down too much. Your feet and knees hip width apart. Okay, let's keep all our weight evenly spread out into all 4 points of the feet. So your knees are perfectly hip width apart, they're not splayed out to the side. So let's go through your breathing now. Let's wake up the corset muscles. Let's start on that mind and body connection. So let's inhale, taking your breath into the sides of your rib cage. As you exhale, let's pull each side of your ribs in towards each other across the upper body. And inhale. Exhale, pull across your ribs. Let's pull down on the tummy muscles now, belly button into your spine. And we'll inhale into the sides of the rib cage. Exhale, pull across your ribs, down on your tummy muscles, and pull across the front of the hip bones as well now. As if your hip bones could pull in towards each other. We'll put this all together. Let's inhale. As you exhale, lace your corset now. So ribs, abdominals, pulling across your hip bones. Inhale when you're ready. And just take a few breaths now in your own time. Lacing up your corset on your exhale. Okay, arms and legs relax, shoulders are staying heavy, as are the back of your ribs. Back of your head is heavy on the pillow, back of your hands heavy on the floor. Holding our pelvis in neutral, spine in alignment. Good. We're going to start off with just some arm moves. We're going to wake up these upper core muscles. So we're going to bring both arms up, fingers pointed up, elbows soft, and then let's melt the shoulder blades back. Okay, let's push the shoulders up together now. I'm just going to do a few shoulder mobilizations, and then pull the shoulders back, let them flatten against your mat. Do that a few times now, pushing them up towards the ceiling, and then pulling them back down into place. So let's just focus on isolating your shoulder here. Try to not bend your elbow anymore. So the movement is coming from the shoulder and not your arm. So we're not stretching the arm out. The movement is all coming from the shoulder. Lifting right up and then really pulling them back down. Let them sink into the floor. Let's make this your last. Let's keep the shoulder blades pulled back now and just let them become heavy, and your arms might end up just slightly wider than shoulder width apart now. So chin is tucked in, the back of your ribs are really melted back into place. We're going to do alternate arms overhead and then out to the side. So let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset, ribs, abdominals, pull across your hips. We're going to start to float the arms behind now. So taking your arms overhead but not letting the back of your ribs lift here. Okay, so keep your upper body really pressed back into the floor. Good. Inhale. Exhale, lace your corset, relax your arms as we slowly float them back up. So heavy arms. Good, we're going to take them out to the side now. Let's inhale, exhale, lace your corset. Let's take the arms away from each other, just opening up like a book. Okay, keeping the elbows soft here. Inhale. Exhale, lace your corset, relax your arms, pull your ribs in together now as we slowly bring them back up. So feel each side of your ribs tightening in towards your centre, towards your sternum. Let's keep that going now, so alternate overhead and then out to the side, just in your own time. So really try to press your ribs back, press them down a little bit more, not letting your back arch. And really tighten in across these upper abdominals. So almost lacing your corset and then going back in to tighten the ribs in together a little bit more. That's our focus point. Let's do one more of each. The shoulders nice and heavy as well, your chin tucked in just slightly. Lovely guys, let's take the arms by your sides, give your fingers a little wiggle. Let's hug the knees up and just have a little stretch out for the lower back now. Rocking side to side or back and forth. Good. Let's take the feet back down. So we're going to do some floppy leg lifts now with the arms. So we're going to slide your heels a bit closer into your body for these floppy leg lifts. Let's just get the pelvis into neutral. Okay, let's bring the arms up again. Elbows soft, shoulders back. We're going to do alternate arms overhead and out to the side with single floppy legs. So a little bit of a challenge, going straight in with our combination move. So I'm going to talk you through it. Okay, so let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset. We're going to start to lift one leg, just relaxing your lower leg down. Let's float the arms overhead at the same time. So just let your leg relax from your knee down and lifting up until your knee is coming above your hip. Keeping the back of your ribs in place, not letting your pelvis tip to the side. Good, let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset, relax your arms, keep relaxing your leg as we slowly bring your foot back and float the arms up. So it's a really, really small and slow move with the legs. We're going to do arms out to the side now and change legs. Let's inhale to prepare. Exhale, lace your corset. Let's slowly start to bring the other leg up, but this time arms are travelling out to the side. Okay, so really take the weight of that leg into your core here. Relax your foot. That helps to switch off the leg muscles. Inhale. Exhale, lace your corset. Let's pull the ribs together now as we float the arms up. Pull across your hip bones to steady your pelvis as your leg comes back down. Let's keep that going now. So alternate arms overhead and then out to the side. Changing legs each time. So quite a lot to think about. Okay, so don't let your pelvis move here. Keep your leg really heavy, shoulders relaxed as well. Okay guys, let's do one more. Okay, just bring your arms down. Give your fingers a little wiggle here. Okay, good. Good, good, good. So, we're going to bring one leg up, floppy leg. Keep that leg lifted as we bring the second leg up. First leg down on its own, followed by the second leg. We're going to do that with the arms as well. Okay, so just let the blood flow back into the fingers a little bit here. Okay, so a little bit more to think about. Again, I'm going to talk you through it to get you started. So we're going to bring the arms up, melt the shoulder blades back, elbows soft, ribs down, chin tucked in, heels a bit closer, pelvis into neutral. So just getting our body into our starting point. Good, let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset. Let's slowly bring our first leg up, taking the arms back. So a really floppy leg. Keep your pelvis steady here. Take the weight into your centre. Press your ribs back. Keep your chin tucked. Arms relaxed. The arms are going to stay where they are now. Let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset. And let's very slowly take your time. Let's bring that second leg up. So pull your tummy muscles down. Press your pelvis back into neutral. We've got the weight of both legs now, trying to arch our lower back. Good, let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset. Let's slowly bring that first leg back down as we float the arms up. So first leg coming down, both arms back up into place. Good, let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset. Let's slowly bring the second leg down on its own, just keeping the arms where they are. Okay, we're going to start on that leg we've just brought down. So let's inhale, exhale, lace your corset. So first leg lift in, really relax your leg, float the arms back, relax your shoulders, press your ribs back, really press them back into the floor. Your knee is coming above your hip. Inhale, exhale, lace your corset, keep your arms where they are, bring your second leg up now, flatten your tummy muscles, pull your hips together. Keep your breath into the sides of the body. Let's inhale, exhale, lace your corset. Let's bring that first leg back down really slowly, float the arms up. Good, in your own time, lace your corset, bring your second leg down on its own. Let's do a couple in your own time, starting on that leg you've just brought down. And you can always do this move just with single legs, okay, and just take in both arms back. Just listen to your body, do what feels right. But quite a lot of work going on into the upper body as well when we're keeping the arms back for that length of time. Okay, so ribs tightening in to your centre, as are your hip bones. Let's do one more move just in your own time. Lovely guys, bring your arms down. Let's stretch out the hip flexors now, so let's hug one knee up into the chest, press down through your lower back, let's straighten the other leg away, let your foot relax out to the side and then slide that leg out into your hip flexor stretch. We're just going to hold it and breathe into it, so keep your lower back pressed back into the floor. Take some nice deep breaths here. Just let all your muscles really soften into your thigh, into your hip. Okay, only if you want to, you can take your knee out to the side if you want to get a bit deeper in that stretch. Might feel enough for you, just holding it in. Press your lower back down. Good, let's give your glutes a good squeeze now, so squeeze your bum cheek, relax into it. And you should feel that quite a bit more now. Right into those hip flexors, in particular your psoas muscle, one of your large hip flexors. Good, and relax, bring that straight leg back in. Let's hug that knee up, let's rock the back out side to side or back and forth. So other leg now, let's keep that knee hugged in, let's straighten the other leg away, press your lower back into the floor, let your foot flop out, and then slide that leg out to the side and relax into your stretch. you want to, taking that knee out a little bit. Press the back of your hips down. Good, let's give the glutes a really good squeeze. Let's hold that for a few more seconds and relax into it. Keep your foot nice and relaxed here. Good, let's bring that straight leg back in. Let's hug the knees up, just rock your back out again side to side. Good. So let's take the feet back down. So we've got one last move now in supine. We're going to bring the legs up one at a time, floppy legs. Okay, you can do this move with singles as well. So we're going to keep the legs lifted and do some knee drops out to the side. We're going to take the arms up and take them out to the side as well. So a lot going on with this one. I'm going to talk you through it as always. So let's bring the heels closer in. Let's get our pelvis into neutral. Keep your arms down just now. We'll get the legs lifted and then we'll bring the arms up. Okay, so let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset. Let's slowly bring our first leg up. Okay, so really relax on your knee down as if your calf is just resting on the back of your thigh. It's really dangly and floppy. Relax your foot. Let's keep that leg lifted now if you can, or you can do this move with singles. Let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset. Relax your shoulders. Take your time as we steadily and slowly bring the second leg up. Pull your tummy muscles in. Belly button to your spine. Both of your knees are not coming any closer than where your hip is. So you want to press your pelvis back into neutral here. We're going to keep the legs lifted, so keep your corset laced. Keep your breath into the sides of the body. Let's bring your arms up now. So flatten down the shoulder blades. Tucking your chin, back of your ribs are in place. Let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset. Let's float one knee out to the side now, just a little without your pelvis moving, as we take both arms out to the side. So both arms and just one leg. So try to not let your pelvis tip over to the side now. Inhale, exhale, lace your corset, relax your arms and leg now as we draw your knee in and float the arms up. We're going to change legs. Inhale, exhale, lace your corset. Let's take the other knee out. Okay, not letting the pelvis tip over. Arms travelling out, back of your ribs are pressed back. Good, inhale. Exhale, lace your corset. So draw the knee in as we float the arms up, pulling across all of the muscles, across your ribs, across your hips. Good, we're going to keep that going. Changing legs each time, both arms. Keep pressing your pelvis back in neutral. Might be feeling a bit tired, muscles getting tired here, so also working on our muscle endurance. Ribs together, hip bones together, flatten down your abdominals. Relax your arms and legs. Good. Let's do a couple more. Lovely guys, making this your last. If you can, keep both legs lifted. Good, let's try to lower them down together now. Let's inhale, exhale, lace your corset. Let's bring both legs down, both arms down as well at the same time, without your lower back arching. Keep the legs relaxed. And breathe. Well done. Hug your knees up, stretch out. Good job, guys. Good, so we're going to go into our shoulder bridge now. Okay, so let's take your pillow away from behind your head. Let's slide the heels a bit closer in as well, still hip width apart. Arms by your sides, palms facing up. We're going to do our little preparation move. So let's inhale to prepare. Exhale and lace your corset. So tip your pelvis all the way back now, so your lower back is flush to the floor. Hold that for a second or two. And then inhale as you come back into neutral. We're going to keep that going. Exhale, lace the corset, tip your pelvis back. Press down a little bit further into the floor. And then inhale back to neutral. Good, so let's keep that going. So just marrying up your move with your breath. Follow your breath. Maybe just getting your pelvis tipped back a bit further each time. loosening off into the pelvis and the lower back. Good, and then let's come back into neutral. Okay, so make sure heels are comfortably close enough in. Let's keep our weight spread in all 4 points of each foot. We're going to lift up into our full bridge now. So let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset, tip the pelvis back, imprint through the lower spine. Let's start to peel the tailbone up now. Take your time. Try to lift one vertebra at a time. Keep your corset laced the whole way through your move. And lifting up if you can when you've got your ski slope from your knees to your shoulders. Good, let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset, keep your pelvis tipped back and start to lay your spine back down, working from the top down to the bottom. So lower back is touching the floor, then your tailbone right at the end of the move. Okay, let's keep that going now. Let's tuck the chin in. Let's get a good bit of lengthening going on into the upper back and upper spine, into those neck muscles. Just keeping your weight spread out into the corners of the feet. Guys, let's do one more. Take your time with this one. Let's see if we can get every part of the spine to make contact with the floor. So curling through your spine, tipping your pelvis back all the way. Take your time with this last move. Good. So we're going to take it into your Z stretch now. Let's take your pillow back behind your head. Let's bring the arms out nice and wide. So you can bend your elbows if you need to, if you're a bit short for space, or just take them out straight. We're going to cross your right leg over your left, or just bring the feet and knees in together. And let's gently lower both knees over to your left hand side. Turn your head over to your right hand. And keep your shoulder blades pulled back against the floor. Let's relax into that stretch, so have a few deep breaths. And as you exhale, let your hips soften, let your thighs relax over. If you want to get a bit deeper in that stretch, you can take your left arm, your left hand, and just rest it on the outside of that top thigh. Just near your knee, but not on the knee joint itself, just on the side of your thigh. And you can just gently pull your knee a bit closer to the floor. Let's get a bit more of a stretch into the chest now, into the side of the back and the lower back and the hip. Good, let's release your hand, press your lower back down, gently push up to the middle. Let's cross the other leg over, and then we'll gently lower over to the right. Pull the shoulder blades back, turn your heads over to your left hand side. Good, and then just relax into it, so taking your few deep breaths, letting all the muscles soften on your exhale. And if you want to, bring in your right hand now on the outside of that top thigh. Gently pull your knee a bit closer to the floor, just very gently. You should feel that stretch increase quite a bit more, just by even just a slight pull down on the leg. Good, let's release the hand. Press your lower back down, bring your knees up. Let's uncross the legs now. A full body stretch. Let's straighten the legs away, arms overhead. Point your toes, point your fingers. Give your abdominals a good stretch down the front of the body. Giving your glutes a good squeeze. And release. Lovely, guys. So we're going to take it into side lion. I'll let you just make your way over.